What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today we are doing the final of the regular season 5-round mock draft. So you guys this has been a long ass journey. I think I started this weekly back in like week 3 or something. I know it's number 12, but I don't know how often I've been doing it every single week. It's been awesome. It's been a real true journey to go through every single week. You guys have been loving it. It's my biggest series so far. The mock series has been doing really well. Easily the largest video growth I've ever seen, but y'all been hitting that dislike button a little bit too heavy on it. I'm gonna be honest. I think some of y'all did not realize that was not my mock draft, because some of you guys are saying you're an idiot if the Niners traded up that far, and I'm gonna like pause. It's a stupid pick. Like, that's a stupid idea. That was all Kyle Krabs on TDN. So for all you guys who are new, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We got like over 300 people out of the 1,400 at least with notifications on. So let's get that up, man. I like to see some support from you guys. I know y'all love me. I love y'all too. But let's get that support up here. Again, we're at over 1,400 subs. The fact that 2.5 months ago we were at 100, absolutely awesome. You guys know that you guys love listening to the content, and I mean, I don't know why, but I really do appreciate it. You guys have given me something to do during COVID, and it's flourished into something that I could actually profit off of, so I really do appreciate it, guys. And then, again, with the season ending, this series is going to end, so obviously Mock the Mock is going to be coming into full flesh. We got 7-round mocks coming in, off-season free agency shit, lots of stuff going on, because got to keep that everyday content, you feel me? Alright, so let's get into this draft. With the first pick, this is the easiest one. Trevor Lawrence is going to the Jaguars. There's some issues with Trevor Lawrence that's like kind of like sticking to the first read, being a little bit too overconfident in his arm, maybe not feeling the pocket pressure, not analyzing blitzes well enough. But those are all things that are like minute adjustments compared to what normal quarterbacks have to deal with. So to be honest, that's honestly, he's probably the highest floor quarterback you'll ever see. Realistically, maybe Joe Burrow had less question marks, but also Joe Burrow was 24 versus 21 years old. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. So Trevor Lawrence, definitely a blue chip prospect. Jets, I mean, I'm telling you guys, Sam Darnold did not look good in that last game. That's not really the best way you want to end the season if you want to get Penei Sewell at 2. It's a little unfortunate that way. I mean, as much as Sam Darnold hater as I am, I want every quarterback to do great, because I want a team to be able to invest in other pieces before dropping in a franchise quarterback. However, there's going to be a new head coach, I believe offensive and defensive coordinator. You guys can bounce back on that one. Joe Douglas is going to be leading all that front, so that's going to be at least you guys have it in the right hands, right? That usually means that they're going to be wanting a new quarterback and not like suck in Sam Darnold, who really did not. He's leaving a bad taste in the Jets organization's mouth, having them be at 2, not 1 as well. Therefore, I think quarterback is the right move. Now we gotta talk about this one, guys. We gotta talk about this one because Justin Fields balled the fuck out against Clemson. He had a chip on his shoulder. He came back and lit it up, even though he took a major shot in the ribs. Like, I legit thought he fractured a rib or something on that. He very well might have, and just fought through the pain, and he still put up 6 tutties in 1 pick. I mean, the pick was not a great one, even though it was tipped. Just a bad decision, but still. Justin Fields, to me, you guys have been hearing this since before the season even started. Justin Fields is the highest ceiling for me, by far. He has the biggest cannon. I legitimately think that he has the highest ceiling, higher than Trevor Lawrence. He has the lowest floor out of the top 3. This is a consensus top 3. If anybody says Trey Lance, I will literally whoop you. Not really. My scrawny ass can't do that. But but I mean, Justin Fields has the highest ceiling. Sam Darnold is somebody who was high ceiling, low floor. We saw flashes of him in years past, and then he kind of burnt out, right? Zach Wilson, on the other hand, is the highest floor quarterback of the 2, right? Especially of the rest of the draft. He's the highest floor. Arguably up there with Trevor Lawrence. His only concerns are really injuries, and then he maybe makes like a couple little mistakes with like how cocky he is on the field. He's a great guy off the field, but on the field with his talent, I mean, he's a blue chip prospect. He's leaving a really good taste in people's mouths. He hasn't had one game that he's played poorly this year. He's done a very good job. Even in the loss against Coastal Carolina, he did a really good job. He was like 2 yards away from winning that, from tying or winning that game. So Zach Wilson, absolute stud, honestly. I think that he's an absolute beast. And I think that this organization doesn't want to take a chance on another bust. I think they have to get the highest floor quarterback here. I know Justin Fields had balled out, but guys, we cannot have recency bias. Justin Fields looked like ass against Indiana and Northwestern. Zach Wilson has been like 100% head down, flooring it through the entire season, looking great. Only concern is that shoulder, which again, after a shoulder surgery, usually your shoulder's better. So I think that's going to be a great option. Now, Dolphins, this is an easy one for me. Your offensive line's been playing pretty garbo this year. So Penei Sewell is a blue chip generational prospect. You cannot give up a spot like that. And Falcons, I mean, I'm telling you, as much as I would love to go edge for something for you guys here, you guys do owe Matt Ryan, I think, $100 million. You give him a $125 million contract, $100 million guaranteed. But then again, the entire organization is pretty much changing, right? I'm pretty sure the GM might be switching. I know the head coach is for sure. That means that usually they like to get a new quarterback. And I've heard that Matt Ryan, there's been some trade rumors. I think you should go to the 49ers, to be honest. You guys can bounce back on that idea because I think Kyle Shanahan is a perfect fit. I mean, he kind of grew up with Matt Ryan. But Justin Fields, I mean, worst case scenario, you can treat it like an Aaron Rodgers situation, besides the fact that Aaron Rodgers is a god. And, I mean, Matt Ryan's someone who doesn't make too many stupid mistakes. Justin Fields has the arm that Matt Ryan no longer has, and if he gets the right head on him, thanks to Matt Ryan, if you want to keep Matt Ryan for a year or two, dude, you could have a legit franchise quarterback for the next 15, 20 years. We've seen flashes of it. This is going to be the right pick. Justin Fields there at number 4. He is not going to be beating out Zach Wilson. I'm telling you, Zach Wilson is pretty much the better version, higher floor version of Sam Darnold. That's just the way I feel about it. Bengals. Ooh, that hurts. It hurts. I know. It really hurts not to get Penei Sewell. We could be looking at a guy like Rashawn Slater here. That's 100% understandable if you guys want to look at that. But I don't think that's the exact right move. There are a lot of needs on this team. A lot of it. Cornerback, especially. Offensive line, garbage. Obviously, if you guys don't like a pick in round 1, check round 2 to see the draft philosophy. But I legit see guys like Micah Parsons on the board. I see guys like Jamar Chase on the board. I see guys like Kyle Pitts on the board. You have dudes like even Patrick Surtain, Caleb Farley. Teams need guys like that. And I think that this team is kind of in a place to be able to trade back. And, I mean, I know you Panthers fans hate when I trade up for Micah Parsons, so I'm not going to be doing it just based on the fact that it is going to be a lot of value to be able to jump up that much. I mean, dude, it's something that it's a little bit buggy to me. There is a team that could be wanting to move up. That could be the Chargers. It's going to be too much of a value prospect to be able to move up. But looking at teams that could use a corner, you know for damn well, for a sure fact that these two teams are going to be taking corners, right? So if you want to get a corner, you might want to jump above them. But I can't see it. I can't see a trade back here with any team. I mean, if the Lions want to jump up and take Parsons because they don't have any linebackers, that's a legit thing that I can see happening. Honestly, Jamar Chase could be a pick for them as well. I think we're going to do that. Bounce back on that idea, guys. I know that it's a very unique one. I've never done a trade with the Lions going up to select Parsons. But I know they need wide receivers. Like you hear me, I'm like, dude, they need wide receivers like nobody's business. Like 100% true. But we'll see how much like they want in return. They shouldn't want too much in return. This is a little bit ridiculous. I'm even offering this trade. We'll try to be able to squeeze back maybe a 5th and hopefully like we can get a 7th. No, but we're gonna try this trade out because I mean the Lions, man. I'm gonna be honest. We can't do this trade. We're gonna be going. We're gonna have to hide this. We're going to be going with the pick, actually. We're just going to go with the pick right here. We're going to be going Patrick Surtain. You need to get that second corner. William Jackson can't command the type of money. You have Trey Waynes there. That's solid. Mackenzie Alexander's not going to be re-signed. You guys do need another corner there. And Patrick Surtain has just proven to be a really aggressive big dude. Someone who can handle a guy like Chase Claypool. We've seen him do it with Skoranek. I think he can do it with Chase Claypool. We're going to go Patrick Surtain here. I was about to say Caleb Farley. Caleb Farley's the dude with the highest ceiling in this draft. But, I mean, Patrick Surtain 100% has to be this pick. Eagles, I mean, I'm telling you, you can go either way here. Honestly, you can go either way. Micah Parsons, to me, is one of my favorite players in the draft. So I wouldn't shame it, but you guys don't draft linebackers in the first. I can definitely sympathize with you on that one. And there should be some corners there in the second. Wide receivers as well, but I'm telling you, Jamar Chase, You saw him be better than Justin Jefferson there at LSU. You guys who say he wasn't better, you guys seriously need to rewatch all those games. It was pretty obvious that Jamar Chase was better, and we all see how Justin Jefferson's faring. I think that Jamar Chase, along with Jalen Reagor in the slot, and then you can have maybe a Quez Watkins. If you want to get De'Ami Brown down the line as an exterior guy, that's just perfect to me. Honestly, I just absolutely love this pick. I know you guys don't, some of you guys don't like it. You guys aren't trading up for it. If you guys want to look at like a positive thing, you guys aren't moving up for it. So Jamar Chase is an absolute perfect pick. And man, dude, Lions, I really want to get you Waddle or Devontae Smith. But dude, Micah's on the board. I don't know if the Panthers are gonna like the fact that you guys might take a linebacker, but Parsons might be the guy for you. I think that you do need too many wide receivers, though. I was thinking about trading up for Parsons. The more I think about it, you really do need to be able to secure that wide receiver position because your offense has been really lackluster. Plus, if you're keeping Matt Stafford, everybody's pointing towards offense. Like, this is really tough for me. I really want to go Micah Parsons here, but I got to go Devontae Smith. You re-sign Kenny Golladay. You have, I believe, Danny Amendola on the slot. He might be on contract here. You get some slot like a Jalen Darden later. You have a complete wide receiver core right there. That's absolutely awesome. Then you have Hawkinson down below as well. And then you have a really good running back core. Just fix a couple pieces on that line. Your offense is literally perfect. So I'm going to go Devontae Smith here, a true building block. And man, I hate this. I absolutely hate the fact that Parsons is here because I love Parsons. To me, he's like my number 4, number 3 guy in the draft class. Micah Parsons is going to be the steal here. You guys want a quarterback. You guys aren't getting one. And here's why. Panthers fans, you guys are going to be mad at this, but here's why. Trey Lance, I absolutely despise this guy. All right, I wanted to love him for so long. I have been trying to watch as many games as possible. I've watched about 8, maybe 9 games of Trey Lance. Every single one of them, I have seen one damn good throw. One damn good throw. That is it. I don't see if he gets one knee injury. Just one knee injury. He's gone. He's absolutely donezo. I'm literally telling you right now, it is worse than Lamar Jackson. Where if Lamar Jackson gets a knee injury and can't run anymore, like I'm telling you, Trey Lance to me seems a lot like an RG3. Obviously, he has some power to him, but it's just to me, I can't support it, especially at 8. I can't at all. I've watched him play. I watch his mechanics. They're garbage. I watch his throws. They don't have the juice on them, man. People say he's a cannon arm. He really doesn't. His ball dies after 40 yards, which I mean, that's still a good arm. I'm just saying he doesn't have like a 9 out of 10 arm here. And Trey Lance is the most overrated prospect I have ever seen in any draft all time, more than Gregory Rousseau. So, again, I seriously think he's worth 6th round value, but obviously due to positional value and his upside, I would give him around 2. So, Broncos, you damn well know that means I'm not selecting Trey Lance for you guys like you do freaking every other person does for you. There's Caleb Farley on the board, and that is beyond amazing value because Caleb Farley has arguably the highest ceiling in this entire class. Like, he could just be the next lockdown super corner. And to me, that's absolutely awesome. I don't think that you guys can take a chance on that whatsoever. Looking at the guys who are on the board, because I'm thinking about just taking J.C. Horn here again. I mean, going to try to keep it a little bit unique, but I mean, again, some of these picks are just obvious. They're just straight up obvious. There's no point in being able to change them because, unfortunately, the first 6 positions did not change whatsoever, and the Lions' needs definitely didn't change whatsoever. We could have, I mean, a weird pick here would be Kyle Pitts. I've seen it before. Jalen Waddle's definitely not one. If you want to go edge, Quiddy, okay. But I'm telling you right now that there's no need for it. I'm surprised they moved Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah into the top 13. That could be interesting. I'm definitely looking at him for the next pick, that's for sure. But looking at the guys who are available, I don't think the Cowboys can give up on a corner here. They have 4 cornerbacks on contract here. They're just going to have Trayvon Diggs and then Anthony Brown in the slot. And their secondary has been pretty mediocre at best. I think J.C. Horn's got to be the pick. Obviously, if Micah's here, I would probably go that just because they need edge as well. But J.C. Horn has to be the pick. I love J.C. Horn. It really hurts me to have to give the Cowboys. This is a very similar draft to my last one, but I can't see any other way. Any other way. And, of course, now with the Giants, I know you guys need some pass rush, so Kwity Paye could be a definite good option. But I do know that you guys probably could. I don't know. I can't really get on board with the JOK pick. And here's why. This dude played more reps at slot corner than he did at linebacker. He played more reps at slot corner, he can play safety as well, than linebacker. He is the Simmons of this class. He's the Isaiah Simmons of this class. That is a little bit sketchy to me because we've seen that if you don't use him right, can't really be that effective. I think that you got to go with some edge here. Kwity Paye, yes, the people are like 3 sacks. He played 4 games, yo. He played 4 games, came out with 3 sacks on a Michigan team that really sucks. So that's a huge thing. That's a huge stat because he also came out using a whole new set of pass rush moves, and he looked really dominant. That's a huge prop to Kwity Paye for somebody that was not supposed to be a round 2 guy this year. He decided to come out and show that he's better than Gregory Rousseau. Gregory Rousseau got 15 sacks, coverage sacks the majority of the time. You'll ask anybody. It's not a top 10 pick. Kwity Paye has unlimited upside as well. Gregory Rousseau's the highest upside, but on a team like the Giants, you kind of just need to hit one thing right on that defense. Kwity Paye is going to be the dude. I think you just can't pass it up. I would go JOK if he were an actual linebacker. This is just one where you might just have to be like, shit, I don't know what to do. So that's obviously something we could do. Niners, this is where I could see Trey Lance going low-key. I'm not going to lie. If you guys want to change up your scheme completely, because if you guys want to go a Mac Jones, a Kyle Trask, that's ridiculous. Kyle Trask had 1 bad game, okay? Like, that's BS. If you want to go to a Mac Jones or a Kyle Trask, if we're going to be honest, guys, that's kind of bullshit. And here's why. They're pretty much a worse version of Jimmy G. I would just say stick to Jimmy G if you're not going balls to the wall with Trey Lance, right? I know you guys need a corner, like, desperately. Is there a corner? Darian Kendrick doesn't deserve to be that either. I can see Darian Kendrick being the guy here. But looking at the guys who are available, there might be a need to trade back. I know you guys, your guard position, your center, Richburg, I believe, is that his name? I think you got him from the Giants a couple years ago. Can't stay healthy. Rashawn Slater might be the perfect pick for you guys because you can play guard, center, or tackle depending on the pick. I mean, man, I'm really sticking to that idea. It's a new idea. You hear me like, yeah, it's with you Niners fans, I gotta be on my toes. So we're gonna be going Rashawn Slater here. I know you guys need some offensive line help. I'm telling you guys haven't been too impressed with Mike McGlinchey, but also you guys have center issues with Richburg getting always injured, as well as your guard issues are just no habanero. So you got to protect Jimmy G if you want to keep him back there. If you're not going balls to the wall with Trey Lance, you are not going to be going balls to the wall with like Mac Jones or anything like that. Chargers, that kind of hurts because Rashawn Slater would be a great target for you guys, right? Christian Darso is the other dude who's on the board who I absolutely love. Because, again, I would be going corner here 10 out of 10 times. But I'm telling you guys, Christian Darso is a perfect fit. Perfect fit. To me, he's the second best tackle in the class. Again, Rashawn Slater can fit every role. That's why he has a lot of value. I don't think this is a spot for a trade back. Realistically, I think you got to take the tackle here because even the Vikings could take a tackle. We got to rock with Christian Darso here out of Virginia Tech. Vikings. I know you guys need a guard. You guys need edge presence. Gregory Rousseau would be interesting, but you're in win now mode, and Gregory Rousseau is a raw prospect. So I'm going to be looking at guys similar to Azeez Ojulari, who should not be rated as low as he is. Azeez Ojulari as a guy who's built for now. He's showing it very, like, he's a redshirt sophomore, but he's showing a lot of potential. He's going to be, for sure, a first-round pick. Again, guys, I don't understand what the deal is with you guys, but, I mean, why is Wyatt Davis down here? I don't get this part. This is complete BS to me. You guys need a guard like nobody's business. I think that's ludicrous that Wyatt Davis is here. You guys hate it when I take Wyatt Davis. I don't know why. There are guys like Kyle Pitts on the board, Jalen Waddle. There are guys on the board where a team can trade back, like the Vikings, with another team in order to get some extra draft capital. So let's analyze that because I think that would be a pretty solid move, given the fact that you don't need to take a guard right now. So Kyle Pitts, that's guaranteed by the next pick, all right? You guys know how much I love to give Kyle Pitts to the Patriots. It's been a lock forever. Bears. I mean, could we be taking a guy like JOK to be able to play? I mean, no. Kyle Pitts would be an interesting one on the Bears. They just drafted Cole Kmet, though. Trey Lance to the Bears. I mean, with that system, for sure. Honestly, guys, I mean, Washington football team, I do this every draft, but this is obviously a different situation. We could be trading up for a quarterback here, given the fact that the Patriots might be wanting a quarterback in the first. Sorry, Patriots. Washington football team, again, is moving up. I mean, it would be interesting. I don't think actually do they actually need to move up? That's a question that we need to discuss right now, guys. Do they actually need to move up? Are any of these teams looking for a quarterback? I don't think so. I mean, the Patriots, yes, but is Trey Lance their guy? That's the question of the day. Is Trey Lance their guy? We're gonna do it for Washington anyways. I think they just got it. If you know that you have your guy, you kind of go for it. So we're gonna be doing it. We'll see how much the pick is worth. Obviously, we can try to send in that fourth. The fourth is likely. Holly fucking Luya. We're gonna send in that. We're gonna try to get next year maybe 6th and 7th in return. We'll get next year's 6th in return. That way we can at least have our 2 third-round picks. And plus, the Vikings are gonna get the same damn guy down the board, right? So now we can get Trey Lance. I mean, if you want to go balls to the wall, you go Trey Lance. I personally think Mac Jones would be a better pick for the Washington football team. You see how good they are with a guy who won't lose them the game. But I've said this so many times, if Trey Lance is going to succeed, it's under Ron Rivera. So we're going to go Trey Lance here, steal him from the Patriots. I really like the idea of Mac Jones on the Patriots. You guys, I mean, Belichick just deals better with a guy who will not lose the game versus a guy who can win the game. Trey Lance can win the game, but he could also lose the game. I think that it probably would be a different fit if it were better. I'm going to do my opinion mock draft where I just do every single pick that I think is right. But for right now, I think that's going to be realistic. I think it's going to be a good pick. Patriots, I mean, you can't let this pass up. Kyle Pitts here is just disgusting as it is. I love Kyle Pitts to death. Obviously, he'd be going right here if Hunter Henry goes, but we're gonna assume that Hunter Henry stays, given the fact that your boy, of course, Justin Herbert has shown the fact that he's a franchise quarterback. You don't really make him bereft of weapons. Something I'm bereft of is good hair right now. It's ridiculous. Okay. Cards, where do we go with you guys? So the question is, what can we go for a pass rusher right now? That's the question of the day. Can we go for pass rusher? Maybe. I mean, we 100% could. Gregory Rousseau is the guy with the highest ceiling. Could we go for a corner like Eric Stokes? 100%. But looking at the guys in the second round, I mean, I'm telling you, there's a plethora of dudes who we could be taking. Sean Wade's not in that mix, though. So Eric Stokes, Darian Kendrick, there's 4 corners that we could be potentially trading back up for. Again, I'm looking at teams that might be taking a corner here. I mean, Jags, they're going to be taking a corner for sure. That's something I always do for them because they need it. Jets could be taking a corner as well. I don't know if that's really their exact need, though. Packers could be taking a corner. So 3 of those corners could be gone. That means there's still a 4th corner on the board. I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. I'm making sure to scroll very slowly so we don't fuck over the whole entire thing. I think that this is a time, your team is young, to be honest. You guys are both in win now mode and in the long run mode. I think you can't let Gregory Rousseau pass up because you're going to be dealing with the Raiders having to get him. I'm telling you, I'm going to say that getting a Tyson Campbell in the second and a Gregory Rousseau in the first is better than getting maybe a Patrick Jones in the second. Because I'm going to bank that most of these guys are gone, and I don't like Hamilcar Rashed in the first place. We're going to go Gregory Rousseau here. I think you guys need to fix up that pass rush, and again, maybe he's not built to be that outside linebacker that Chandler Jones is, but I'm telling you, his ceiling is unlimited. This is a team that you have a young quarterback, you have a pretty young squad, be able to develop him a little bit, and it's okay. Now, all right, so that kind of screws over the Las Vegas Raiders. I was about to say the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. And there are some good edges on the board. And looking at teams that could take edge, I mean, we got one right here, right? But, I mean, looking at it, we could trade back as well. Jalen Waddle's on the board. I think that this is where a one-pick trade back is 100% understandable. The Dolphins are making a minute-ass trade up. Nope, they're in the AFC. They're making a minute-ass trade up with the Raiders in order just to select their guy. Make sure Jalen Waddle is secured. We're going to try to see if we can send in maybe a 6th, or we'll send in the 4th. I'm very surprised that we can't send in that 4th. We're going to try to get maybe a 5th in return here, just to be able to move back up into the 3rd. Just because a 4th and a 5th is going to be able to do it. Yes, the Raiders accepted the offer, as they should. Moving up a little bit, Jalen Waddle out of Alabama to pair up with Tua, which again, you guys didn't like my potential idea of trading away Tua, just because, it's similar to the Josh Rosen situation. They have him on the roster as it is, but that means that, of course, this is a potential idea. JOK at this spot would not be a horrible idea because they might need to replace LaMarcus Joyner. That wouldn't be a horrible idea, but I think they still got to go guard here. Not guard. They gotta go edge here. Joseph Asai has proven to be a really talented prospect. If you want to go Aziz Ojulari, understandable as well. I'm gonna go Joseph Asai just because I think he fits a little bit better as more of an outside linebacker that can rush. I mean, Aziz is amazing too. You're taking your pick of the litter here between Aziz and as well as Joseph Asai. Both these guys are really high-end talents. They both make plays almost every single play. They're really, really talented players. This spot, I think that this is where you can look at guys like JOK and be like, dude, teams are going to want to trade up for him. One of those teams being the Browns. They're in win now mode. They need to hustle buns. So they're going to be trading up with the Vikings. So Vikings trading back twice, but that's okay. You know, we can understand that. We're going to see if a fourth can get it done. I mean, if we had to trade up a third to get back a fifth, we can just trade in a fourth right now. That's understandable. Again, the draft simulator deals with the value of picks between teams as well. It's a very complicated system. But, I mean, edge is also a big need, but we're going to address that in the second round. JOK is somebody they desperately need. They desperately need linebackers here. That's going to be a perfect spot for the pick. So that's going to be great. That's going to be great. Great job for the Browns. I don't know why I'm bugging on the name of the Browns. Bears, we got to get some line help for us. It's either going to be Jalen Mayfield or Elijah Vera Tucker here. If we want to fill up that guard spot, that's going to be great. Again, we already got James Daniels at center. Why am I bugging on Cody Whitehair's name at left guard? Elijah could be a right guard, but I think you got to fix that tackle spot first, right? Obviously, we let go of Cornelius Lucas. Jalen Mayfield is the highest ceiling type of tackle, arguably in the class, just by how raw he was. This team can definitely use him. Very agile, very mobile, very talented player. Jaguars, you guys are in a perfect spot to look at another tackle. Perfect spot to trade back for a team that might need a guard. But, of course, you have the Colts right there, and they're going to be taking one of these two guys. So if you want your pick of the litter, you kind of take your guy. I'm going to be probably going to be going Samuel Cosmi here, just because you do need to fill up that tackle spot desperately. And you gotta protect T-Law there, man. I'm telling you, you need a high IQ tackle, and Samuel Cosmi has been playing the game for a while now, playing good in the run and the pass game. You gotta protect him at all costs. Colts, I've seen things like quarterbacks to the Colts, and I used to do that quite a bit, but I think you gotta give I'm bugging on his name, Jacob Eason a shot as well. That and with losing Costanzo, I think you gotta be going to tackle here. Liam Eichenberg hasn't let up a sack in 2 years. High ceiling type of dude, high floor as well. Liam Eichenberg, we're going tackle here, and it's worth it. I mean, sticking with the O-line train, if we want to go with, this is an interesting idea. We could be going Elijah Vera Tucker before Wyatt Davis. I love Wyatt Davis more, but at the same time, also there is the issue of the fact that Elijah Vera Tucker could kick to tackle if you want him to. We're not going to do that. Wyatt Davis is going to be the pick out of the Ohio State University. Wyatt Davis is great. I don't get it. I don't get the hate on him. You watch the run lanes. They're just like freaking gaps a mile wide. So ridiculous, but that's okay. Again, I think there's guys who are on the board like Zaven Collins who could be gone much earlier than this. Elijah Vera Tucker could be. A guy who is going earlier than the predictive board says he's going to go is Aziz Ojulari. I've been doing this forever for the Titans. I think it's a great fit. He's young, athletic, fun, explosive. He's the right guy for them. And I've been actually going edge in the second for the Buccaneers here. I don't think I can be going edge in the second. IDL is a great pick in the first, but I'm telling you right now, Davion Nixon could definitely be a guy in the first. But looking at the edge prospects, I mean, we're seeing all these edges going. They need to get it. It's not a legendary edge class. There's not like a blue chip prospect. But there is actually quite a bit of value for them just because, I mean, they're all dudes who are, there's a lot of guys who, like Jalen Phillips, worth this pick. You have guys like Shaquille Barrett. You have guys like Ndamukong Suh all coming up on contract. I think this team is in win now mode. And the guy who's he's more ready than Aziz Ojulari. He's probably more ready than Joseph Asai and Gregory Rousseau. Is Jalen Phillips. He's been playing his mind out. You guys might not like that pick, but I'm telling you, I think he's the number 14 guy for Mel Kiper right now anyways. I'm a huge fan of Jalen Phillips. I kind of roasted last draft, but Jalen Phillips was like in like the top 15 or something like that. I wasn't a huge fan of that. Jalen Phillips, this team needs an edge due to the fact that they can't really re-sign everybody. It's kind of something that they have to go after. And you guys already know where I'm going with this pick. Terence Marshall Jr. is going to the Ravens, who jumped their draft spot big time. So we're going to be going Terence Marshall Jr. out of LSU. They need a bigger target for Lamar to throw to. Terence Marshall has flashes of being a true number one guy. Rashad Bateman's still on the board, and y'all already know what the Jets are going to do. They need a route runner. They got Rashad Bateman. I do it every draft. I'm not a hater on Rashad Bateman. I'm just not a true lover of Rashad. This is just going to be excellent value. Steelers, you're sitting here. You're like, shoot, what happened to the tackles? What happened to them? This is a good spot for a trade back. The Steelers, we're like both in win now and rebuild mode, and I think that with our team aging and stuff, with a lot of dudes on contract, we got to be kind of in rebuild mode. There are guys like Elijah Vera Tucker on the board. I don't think the Steelers would do a trade with Kansas City, to be honest. But looking at teams that could be moving up for Eric Stokes, guys like that, I'm telling you, Zaven Collins is also on the board. There are teams that probably need a linebacker really badly. A team similar to the Packers. I had the Steelers trading with the Packers last time, but I'm having the Packers trade up this time because Zaven Collins is on the board. I love Eric Stokes, by the way. I really like. Oh, it kind of wrenches my gut. It's either them, either the Jags or the Packers here. And I'm telling you right now, corner could be taken by any of these teams. I think there's going to be good corner value still at this spot. I'm telling you, linebacker's not going to be a good value. The Packers are trading up. My boy Mason, he wanted me to give him a shout out because he a bitch. But he told me, I asked him, he's a diehard Packers fan. I'm like, what's your biggest need? He was like, dude, it is hands down linebacker. And after looking at your contracts, I can 100% understand it. We are going to be definitely giving up a fourth and a fifth for this. It's kind of ridiculous that saying a fourth is good enough to move up 3 spots. But we're going to be sending in the fourth and the fifth as well. It's a little ridiculous that they could say that. Like, I had to trade up a third to move up 1 spot versus that. So this is going to be an obvious one here. I know wide receiver is a huge need, but watch the second round. We're obviously going to be getting a legendary weapon there. Zaven Collins out of Tulsa here. You got to get him. He might be a semi-liability in coverage. That's what I've heard, but dude, I'm telling you right now, there is zero doubt in my mind. This guy is a top 2 linebacker in this class. If you want to consider JOK a linebacker, you could say possibly top 3, but he's guaranteed top 3. That's for sure. And this is where I see the cutoff for linebackers. I don't really see much after it. So Saints, sorry buddy, I can't really give that to you. There is Eric Stokes on the board though, and that's a little bit rough because, I'm sure some teams want Eric Stokes. The Steelers could have wanted Eric Stokes as well, but again, I think that realistically they probably wouldn't need him. There is a guy in Kadarius Toney on the board, and I do not like Kadarius Toney at this spot. I'll tell you right now, I'm not a fan of it, but he could be a really good option. A guy who I can see as an option is both Amon-Ra St. Brown and Rondale Moore. Kadarius Toney is just a little too scary, and I think he's going to scare the shit out of teams because he might not translate. Rondale Moore will translate. He's just a dude who's a gadget weapon. He has bricks for hands, but to be honest, you have a sure-handed dude already with Michael Thomas. Then you can get Amon-Ra St. Brown too, though. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a sneaky first, guys. Watch out for him. He's a true burst. He's super energetic, man. I'm telling you, he lights up. He can do a really good job in the contested catch game as well. Somebody who I'm extremely interested in getting at this spot. I'm telling you right now, I think it's a bigger need to get a number 2 wide receiver. And Chris Olave could be a fun guy. I just think it's a little too homogenous with 2 route running separators. I think Amon-Ra got to take that slot, and he's got to run with it, man. Emmanuel Sanders cannot be the number 2 weapon on the squad. I've never had Amon-Ra up this high, but I'm telling you right now, he is a stud. He deserves to be a first-round pick. I've been watching more and more of him. I have him at more as like a mid-second, but if you guys know anything about me, subtract a round from that, and if a team really needs it, that's where I think they can take him and be perfectly fine with it. Bills, this is where Eric Stokes is going to be. Honestly, can we get anything else? It's a number 2 corner. You want to look at linebacker, okay, but we got to go corner here. If you want to go for more of a Darian Kendrick, that could be understandable as well. But, it's an interesting one. It's definitely an interesting one. I'm going to be going Eric Stokes, though, just because it's a huge need. So you got to get that cornerback 2 spot done because Levi Wallace probably won't be re-signed and returned. Got to keep that defense up because that offense is cooking. You guys are in win now mode. Eric Stokes has amazing instincts, and he probably could be going higher than that. But Georgia corners have scared a lot of teams recently. So I'm gonna bank on the fact that Eric Stokes should probably be there around that spot. Steelers, we could have taken Eric Stokes to replenish our secondary, but looking at guys like Alex Leatherwood, I might be wanting to trade back even more just to be able to select a guy like that. Elijah Vera Tucker is also on the board, someone who we can bring in, and he can play guard or tackle. Don't think that's really a huge need. Najee Harris would be a fun addition, but again, I don't really see that as like a good addition to our squad. Looking at teams that could potentially want to trade up for a guy on the board. I mean, I'm telling you guys right now, the Steelers traded up, but now we're trading back. Just because there's not really that great of value. If we want to get a guy like Alex Leatherwood, which I'm probably going to be getting anyways, I just got to see if any team wants to trade up for a Creed Humphrey, for Elijah Vera Tucker, because Elijah Vera Tucker is really good. And we can't trade up with the Bengals as much as I want them to because they definitely need a guard. I'm telling you right now, the Dolphins could be trying to move up right now to select a center to replace Ted Karras. And looking at it, I think that Leatherwood's definitely going to be there. So I'm going to be moving back. And Elijah Vera Tucker's not going to be the pick. Creed Humphrey's going to be that pick, by the way. But we're going to be moving back with the Dolphins in order to select Creed Humphrey. I think Creed Humphrey is definitely a talented dude. People who will try to shit on Creed Humphrey, yeah, the 5th is definitely worth it at that spot. Creed Humphrey is definitely worth that pick. Steelers might be wanting to look at quarterback, but we need to get some picks to be able to fill some of the needs that we have. I definitely would be rocking either Elijah Vera Tucker or Creed Humphrey, and I know you guys need that center spot filled. You guys got your true tackle for the rest of the future. You guys are perfectly fine on that front. Creed Humphrey out of Oklahoma. He's going to be able to fill up that center spot. And, like, again, you guys need to fill up all those spots because, you know, right here, Elijah Vera Tucker is going to be going as the last pick, but you never know if they're going to be taking Creed Humphrey and then you're stuck with a guy who's not a true center. So Creed Humphrey is a guy who can play center or guard, whatever the hell you want him to play. Elijah Vera Tucker can't really do that. So that's going to be the draft, guys. You got to protect your $500 million man, by the way, Kansas City. So check tomorrow for round 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a long-ass video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.